And I do believe we're now ready for the very first edition.
Baby, this
is music. We get like music or
I don't think they have. I don't know if they have it yet because this is so new. It's too fresh.
Too easy.
We got to work our way into it. We got to find the proper music for this segment. Yeah. Okay, but this is a new segment on Chris Simms Unbuttoned that we would like to call "What the Happened." Okay, and we will start off with Jets Cowboys. Now, you saw the game a little bit. I mean, I know you got work and crap and shit to do too. Yep. It was a fascinating game. That's for sure.
Do we have to start out to set the table? Sam Darnold on the Cowboys defense.
Yep, I was gonna go there. We got the SOT, right? We got here. So let's play this, okay? Before we dive into this, I want everyone to hear what Sam Darnold said about this Cowboys defense after the game.
They just kind of did what they do. They do it every single week. It was just they just play one high, occasionally two high, and they like to stop the run. And I knew that I had to throw the ball today to have success, and we did that.
All right, we're going to get into the big play,
the big play,
92-yard touchdown in a moment. But as long as Sam said that, basically said the Cowboys defense is simple. You see the same thing?
Yeah, I've been saying this, and I don't know. I know you're not here every day, but this is something that's concerning to me. I've been saying it on Pro Football Talk too.
Simple in what way?
Simple in it's two defenses. It's three deep, or it's man-to-man single safety. It's one safety in the back of the back, and right down the middle, center field there. And then it's either three deep zone or man-to-man every play. And, there's never adjustments. Do
you think that they believe they can get away with it because there's such speed sideline to sideline in their front seven?
Definitely.
That, hey, if we're simple on the back end, it's fine because our front seven is that good.
Yes, that is exactly what they're thinking. And, I know these coaches down there. Rod Marinelli, he was there in Tampa with me. I mean, with Mike Tomlin and all those guys. And, his thought is let's be simple, sound. I got talent. Let's hustle. Let's out-hit. Let's rally to the football, and our talent will overtake the rest. That's fine and dandy, and it's going to work a lot of the times, and it has. But here's two weeks in a row where I'll tell you why it's not going to work if the Cowboys want to win a Super Bowl. Okay? You're just not going to get away with it. One, against creative offensive coordinators, which we've seen. Other than the New Orleans Saints, the Rams in the playoff game last year, they torched the Cowboys. Oh, last week, Aaron Rodgers, they torched the Cowboys. Now, not that that's overly a creative offense, but there's enough creativity. And then to go with it, this is the second piece. When you're playing a really simple defense like that, one, it's easy on the quarterback. The quarterback comes to the line of scrimmage, and you feel comfortable mentally every play because you just go, this one's a man. Oh, set hut. Oh, this one's three deep. Set hut? Okay, that's all they're doing. There's never like, ooh, I'm not sure what this is. Let me call a dummy snap count to figure out what this is. Booty five, set hut. Oh, no, I don't need that. I already know what it is. Okay, so but the other thing you're seeing then when it's simple like this, and because they rely on that front four and the front seven like you're doing, front four get there. Well, we've seen 2 weeks in a row, quarterbacks who can move in the pocket. Yeah. Okay, that's great. You guys can only cover so long downfield when they're in man-to-man. Right. Now Aaron Rodgers breaks the pocket, and it's 5 seconds. I don't give a shit if you got 5 Deion Sanders back there. Somebody's going to pop open. Right. Sam Darnold, that's where I'd like to start, was the difference in the game because of his movement in the pocket. He is phenomenal that way. Taking care of the ball, the way he shuffles around, the way he can scramble and throw on the run that way. And then his pinpoint throwing ability on throws like 30 and under, it's off the charts.
How about his accuracy for not having played?
Right, I know. It's a month. You'd think he'd be a little rusty, and he was like, it wasn't like he missed 4 seconds.
Let's dive into
the play.
92-yard touchdown.
Yes, okay.
Kind of set the table. The Jets had just made a stop defensively.
On a 4th and 2, maybe
short.
Almost 4th and 3, really, which was a questionable moment altogether.
Right. So then the offense takes over on the -8.
Right.
Number of questions here. Number one, Darnold comes up to the line. If you can picture what was going on there, he walks up. I think there was a motion.
There was.
He had some extra responsibility at the line. I can't figure out if he was going to change the play.
Right.
If he did change the play with a quick verbal or a quick non-verbal.
I think it was like a kill or can. There was 2 plays called. That's why they did the motion.
Got it.
So they do the motion because he wants to make sure oh, the motion goes across, and now there's 3 to the left, and Robbie Anderson's back to the right. He goes, I got man-to-man.
Yep.
Coach told me when that corner goes across and it's man-to-man, kill, because we got a play that's going to kill your ass, Dallas. Right.
And then
right.
It's ironic in a very good way. You just talked about a couple minutes ago about his movement in the pocket.
Yes.
Beautiful. How he just moved about half a yard up in the pocket to avoid that rush, get that extra second, extra half second.
Yes, beautiful.
That made the play.
Makes the play, no question. And I'm trying to get to where my damn description is here of this play. Oh, there it is. Okay. And so, all right. So, yes, you said it. The motion goes across. They do a little play action fake. He knows he's got man-to-man. Jeff Heath is the center safety in the middle of the field. And I would think even through film, now man-to-man, he's supposed to be the deep middle, right? I would think through film study they like this, not only one, because they feel like Robbie Anderson can beat the man-to-man coverage, but two, that maybe Jeff Heath is a little too hungry to come down into the run fake, and maybe just pause is a little too much for those type of coverages. So, set hut, Sam Darnold gets the ball underneath center, gives a little play action fake to the weak side, and not that Jeff Heath like flies downfield and just goes, oh my gosh, I'm going to stop the run, but it made him just stutter a second instead of just backpedaling into center field. Now, the route on the outside with Robbie Anderson, and this is who the play was for. It was for him and only him, and let's try to burn Chidobe Awuzie over there. And he basically ran 10 to 12 yards, did a little stutter like he might run a curl route, right? Like, oh, I'm getting ready to break down and run a curl route. Just stuttered, and then bam, stepped on the accelerator again and runs right by him. And Sam, after comes out of the play action fake, he just takes a look just to make sure, ooh, Jeff Heath isn't way back there. I can throw it, and he throws it a little inside, away from the corner, bam, 92-yard touchdown. Why? Because they're predictable. They don't do enough on defense. They had a game plan specifically for this, and this was the turning point of the game because now the game went from 7-3 to 14-3, and they were in a position of power, and Dallas was playing from behind.
I thought it was a great example, too, of something like you hear about quarterbacks who can throw a good deep ball. It's not that you can throw it 65 yards.
No, it does
it's
not.
It's that you can throw that 50-yard ball with the perfect amount of arc on it.
Exactly.
It's accurate, but you're not trying to be perfect with it. You're letting the receiver run underneath it. And his movement in the pocket and just his talent on that 50-yard ball really stood out.
Definitely, it did. And because that was Robert Quinn who came around the edge, so he avoided him to step up, to make that throw. And that's where Darnold's special. And you're right, the deep ball throwers, it's not all about, you don't have to throw at 70. It's about figuring out the proper trajectory to your guy, when to get it out of your hand. He throws a nice high ball, too, for the most part, where it lets receivers see it, engage it, and let them run under it.
Center field.
And that's really big.
Another question I had, and this is getting beyond that one play. I don't know if you have more you want to say.
No, I mean, if you want to go, let's keep just, if you want to ask me more questions about it, go ahead.
I know we're not numbers focused here. We just got more opinions and all that. But the numbers that Darnold put up as opposed to the quarterbacks before him, startling.
Yes.
How much different? Made me wonder, Adam Gase call a different game, or did he call the same game with a better quarterback making better reads and better throws?
He called a different game. But because he could, because of the quarterback who could make better throws and was more talented and gave him the confidence. You know, Luke Falk, again, did his best to his ability. But Luke Falk is just, he's limited in his ability. To where you couldn't even call that play with Luke Falk because he's just not going to be able to launch it out there and put it out there enough. You know, he's got to put it like his elbow grease in it and like give it the steroid jerk and like, I got to get it there. And it probably would have still been behind a guy like Robbie Anderson. But what a great quarterback does, and this is why people are crazy when they think talent or arm strength doesn't matter and things like that. It gives not only the players confidence and changes your whole perception of the team, but it gives the offensive coordinator the confidence to go, ooh, I can dial up these plays. And my quarterback, it's not going to get wasted. I'm not going to be in 2nd and 10. Like he's going to make it happen, and we'll get a first down or a touchdown. And I think that really was the big difference. But Dallas is disappointing. DeMarcus Lawrence is disappointing, on that side of the ball. If we just had to get into it real quick.
You had almost a paragraph on him.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be the highest paid defense end in football, and again, I was all for it and sticking up for you, but I'm going to keep it real. And now that I've stuck up for you and you've got it, you got to play. I'm not saying you got to be the best guy on the field every week, but there's just too many moments in the game where he doesn't show up. He's not around. He's not there. Where are you? Again, if you told me Robert Quinn was the guy who was the highest paid defensive player in football, I would go, oh, I get that. Okay, look at him. But so right now, that's very disappointing for DeMarcus Lawrence, which is big to their team. And it's, Jerry Jones paid him. But of course, when your money is not performing, that is going to hurt your team. And he is hurting their team. Okay, and then just to stay on the defensive side too, the Cowboys just got to do more. That's the bottom line. They're not going to, if they get to the Super Bowl, if they play the New England Patriots like this, Tom Brady's going to go 38 for 40 and 450 yards, and I don't care how talented your defense is. They're going to carve it apart. McDaniels and Belichick for 2 weeks, getting that? Are you kidding me? I mean, Kyle Shanahan, if they have to play them in the NFC Championship game or a divisional playoff game, I mean, he's going to shred that defense.
You want to see him be more aggressive with the man in the blitz or more creative?
More creative, disguise, and just, yes, it doesn't have to be like, they have enough talent where they don't need to reinvent the defensive world here. They just need a few little wrinkles to give them a little advantage every now and then and make the quarterback think a little.
Yeah, make
their
him wonder a
talent
bit.
is good. They just need a little bit more schematics to help it out.
Right.
Their adjustments at halftime can't be play harder,
right,
hit harder. I mean, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They came out in the second half. I was like, oh, I wonder if Dallas will change anything. No, it was just harder. Okay, that's great. I mean, the Jets are playing harder too.
Yeah.
So what's that going to do for you? And that just annoys me.
If they would have said it into this mic that's on, though, maybe
it would have been louder.
It would have
hello, harder. So that you want to hit the Cowboys offense real quick or anything?
I want to go part two.
Yeah, just go part two real quick, and we'll move on.
Cowboys defense. I'm sorry, Cowboys offense.
Oh yeah, sorry, Cowboys offense. Yes.
So let's set the table here.
Okay.
2-point conversion.
Yep.
End of the game.
Yep.
They bring 6.
Yep.
Cowboys block with 5.
Yes.
Your read from there.
My read from there is, one, you're playing Greg Williams. He's world famous for being a blitzer.
Yep.
Whenever his back's against the wall, whenever it's a big play, Greg Williams is a blitzer. I got to play him a bunch as a quarterback. I mean, that's what we prepared for with John Gruden. It was, gosh, damn, we got to play Greg Williams, and we got to worry about every blitz underneath the sun and prepare for it because you don't know which one's going to show up. So now you get into this play, 2-point conversion. Okay, it's 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Ezekiel Elliott's in the backfield. He motions him out to the slot.
Right.
So now you got 3 to the right, 2 to the left.
Which, in addition to the tendencies, is the final give that they are playing.
They are playing man-to-man.
The backer walks out.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Thank you for saying that. That's exactly right. Now, there's a free safety in the middle of the field, so you're thinking, ooh, it's just straight man-to-man at first. Now, this is where I would have liked to have seen in a situation like this, especially after he sends him out in motion, okay, there is 18 seconds left in the play clock. I'm trying to pay attention to all this. I would have liked to have seen a dummy snap count for 1. Okay? Because they're just giving you one more clue to go, ooh, is anybody going to move here? Are they trying to, screw me over? Well, he didn't do that. He motioned them out, and he thought, okay, we're good, blue 25, set hut. Tom Brady and some of those, they would have got Aaron Rodgers and gone blue 25, set hut, hut, hut.
He not only didn't do that, he hardly got the back set.
No, he barely got set. It was
set.
borderline, yes,
So
whether it would have...
he didn't even take the extra couple seconds to...
No, because he saw the man, he just said, oh, it's man-to-man.
Right.
Here we go. All right, so now we go from there. Now, added to the coverage of man-to-man, we got 5-on-5 up front.
Yep.
They played the bare front. And I'm pretty sure the Cowboys, what we would call in the NFL, made a 5-0 call. They wanted their 5 guys to block the big 5 guys. So that's the good. But Jalen Ramsey, who's lined up over Jamal Adams, thank you. He's lined up over Jason Witten. As Ezekiel Elliott goes into motion and starts to get set, like you said, he starts to cheat off of Jason Witten over the tight end and starts to cheat towards the center. And that gap between the guard and the center, like, oh, he might be coming. And then that free safety we talked to who's in the middle of the field, he is now cheated over to the tight end. Now, that's where I say the dummy snap count of Brady or Rodgers, they would have done that. And they would have gone, oh, okay, hold on, let me change the protection here. We can't go that 5-0 like we just talked about.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to slide everybody and just leave one guy on the edge where I'll take care of him, but it gives me a little extra time. Instead, they stay on that 5-0, and now Jamal Adams gets to fly between the gap of the center and the guard, and nobody touches him.
Right.
And, of course, Dak Prescott has no time to do anything, let alone they don't really have a hot route or a place for him to throw the ball.
I think he did have time if one of those inside receivers, because
Yes.
it's difficult to make it outside and make a read when you're under that much
Yes.
pressure. But Jason Witten and Zeke Elliott, those guys are right in front of you.
Yes.
There was a split second if either one of them had made any kind of move at all to potentially be open. So my problem isn't, I think they conceded that they were going to bring more than they could block. They had to know Greg Williams was going to blitz, just like you said.
I don't think they know. I don't think
Really?
I know.
So,
but yeah, really.
In my version of the play.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, because you would like to think that's what
my
they thought.
version of what happened
Yes.
72 hours later.
Yes.
I think they knew we're going to walk him up. We're going to bump out the running back. We're willing to give you the extra rusher because we have Jason Witten, we have Zeke Elliott.
Sure.
And someone's going to win in a half a second, and we can get rid of it before. Both of those guys ran
Thank you.
3-yard stop
Well, see,
routes.
that's the next context clue to tell me you're wrong. That's right. If they really thought he was going to blitz, then they wouldn't have had a guy, hey, go into the end zone and turn around.
That's all they did.
That's all they did. So the three guys on the inside, Witten, Ezekiel Elliott, and I can't remember the slot receiver to the right, they went into the end zone and turned around. The two guys on the outside, number 4 eligible and number 5 eligible, just ran straight. They were fades.
If Elliott runs out with any kind of urgency with a two-way break and goes one way or
it's
the
a
other,
touchdown.
Dak does have time to get it to him.
He would have. You're right. But I think he knows, oh, gosh, they've blitzed, they've gotten on me, and I'm stuck in a spot because I don't really have a route that's really conducive to beating this right here.
No.
So now he's backpedaling, and he's going, okay, well, what do I do here? And he's going, all right, let me throw to my big tight end over the middle, and maybe he can just box it out and make a play here.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And that's frustrating, too. I mean, you know, some of these coordinators, you're getting paid $1 million. What are we doing all week? That's the play we came up with on the biggest play of the season for your team.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I've praised Kellen Moore a lot through 5 weeks,
yeah.
so I'm allowed to bag on him for a stupid moment, and that was not being prepared or the right play for that situation. And that's that for that play.
Right. I had written down, if you're going to let 6 rush against 5, you got to have a quick winning route.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have something there, right? That
wasn't
wins
one.
a hot route, whatever it may be, and they did not have that.
Right.
Just the last thing I'll say about this. The players on the offensive side of the ball, though, let the Cowboys down. Where I said the defense, it was the coaches, right?
You're talking about on that player?
On the whole game.
Okay.
On the whole game, for the rest of the game with the Cowboys, the players let them down. The plan wasn't like the best plan I've seen all year from Kellen Moore, but it was good enough. It was drop passes, it was errant throws, it was penalties, it was...
You see anything different from Dak?
Dak, I feel like just a little bit the last few weeks has reverted a little to his old throwing motion with that lockout front leg and coming up over the top, real kind of jerky. And I think that's what I saw in some of the throws where
Affecting
were a little
accuracy?
aerial. Yeah, it affects accuracy a little bit. And the biggest thing to me overall, we talked about your money needs to perform, Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott had a few runs in the first half. And again, Ezekiel Elliott's a hell of a player, and I banged on the table for him to be the highest paid running back in football. But you're the highest paid running back in football now. And I'm not saying you got to be the best guy in the league right now. But you're right now, I would say he's not top 5. I can't do it. When I watched the film and a few runs early on in the first quarter, I wrote down, and I think you got my notes, I wrote down, if this is McCaffrey, Cook, Fournette, Nick Chubb, even a healthy Marlon Mack, they're going to the house. This is like, these are house calls. It's him one-on-one with a guy. Or like, if you just stay in this little lane here, you know, you're going to run for another 30 yards. But he knows he has lost a gear, and he's looking to cut back a lot. And that's always a sign for a guy
Lost
that's
a
looking
gear
at
or doesn't have it yet because...
Maybe that, too. I'm hoping that's what it is.
But you see, he, for whatever the reason is, he doesn't have it right now.
No, he does not. And I would like to see the guy that I saw in year 1 and year 2, where when he caught a screen pass, you went, you better watch out because he can go 80 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had tremendous speed on their team at that time. Or, yeah, there was a lot of plays like that.
He was one of those players, and it's not just that he was, physically, he had a great ability, and still does, to fall forward and pick up an extra couple.
Yeah.
But in a league full of guys who are super fast and all kind of looks the same sometimes, he was somebody, if you were there live in person on Sunday,
you went, ooh, that's special.
It was,
yes.
Without a doubt.
I know. And there's still some special things about him. He's physical and everything like that. I hope it does. Either way, he needs to run some sprints and get better at that.
Yeah.
He does, because he's got to be a game breaker for that team to be good. Again, they've paid him the money, the offensive line the money, and when they don't dominate the game and make some of the plays that are there to be had, you know, it's good. I know the stat line looks pretty good, but again, it's what's there to be had and what you took advantage of is really the matter at hand.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.